Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with a little Power Rangers Dino Fury special preview clip for not this coming week's episode, but next week's, episode 8. So in preparation for Hasbro's event tomorrow, they did a sort of pre-event for the Pulse members and whatnot, and we got a little sneak preview at episode 8, which is going to be the arrival of Mick. So we got to see him first arriving on Earth, and it starts with the Rangers actually, there's something wrong with their Zords, and something wrong with the integrity of them, they're like falling apart, and there's like a shot, it's an original shot, I think, of like the Zords falling apart, and it seems like Void Knight and Mucus are somehow behind it. So after that setup happens though, that's when Mick arrives, and honestly, I did not know he said his name is Mick Anic, because you know, like mechanic. Maybe it's because I just didn't like Ninja Steel so much, but I was today years old when I learned that was his name. So I'm the dumbest boy in school, but I didn't know that. But Mick arrives and they're like, okay, well, what are you doing here? And apparently the reason he's on Earth is that he's following the Nexus Prism, you know, from Ninja Steel, which gave him their powers. And he said it's this powerful thing that's connected to the morphing grid. And I like how he mentioned that. I honestly can't recall in Ninja Steel whether the morphing grid was ever mentioned in regards to the Nexus Prism. I mean, obviously it's assumed, but I don't know, I just kind of liked that small little mention just because of how tied in to the morphing grid the Dino Fury Rangers are. I mean, they literally say link to morphing grid. But basically that's why he's on Earth, is he's following the Nexus Prism, and he kind of wants the Rangers' help, but Zato's kind of being like a D-bag about it. He's like, no, we only have our mission. That's not a very good Zato, but you know what I mean. It's funny because on the one hand I'm like, why is he being, you know, so standoffish and like refusing to help? But at the same time, it's kind of refreshing to see a Ranger not act like a goody two-shoes and be like, golly gee, mister, we shall help you, and then should we all go do some charity later? No way, it was kind of refreshing, even though, you know, I don't know why he's being like that, and I'm not sure exactly what the Rangers are doing in this episode, so I'm gonna imagine it's very important. But the description basically says like a mysterious visitor arrives, which is Mick, and they're gonna need, that he needs help, and Zato doesn't want to help, and he learns a valuable lesson. So it definitely sounds like generic PR, just basically based on the description. So I'm going to imagine that he's gonna end up. This clip like sets up the structure of the episode so obviously. I mean, I'm hoping there's surprises, but it's just like, okay, he's gonna refuse to help Mick, he's gonna come around, learn he needs to help others, and then because he helps Mick, Mick is gonna help them fix the Zords. So like, it's all gonna pay off, and he'll be like, oh, if I never would have helped Mick, then our Zords wouldn't have gotten fixed. Like, I mean, there could be some other stuff in this episode, but I feel like I can tell the entire episode structure just based off this few seconds. I mean, if we wouldn't have had that clip at the beginning of the thing about the Zords being broken, I wouldn't put those dots together, but you can kind of tell how that's going to go. And it's definitely surprising he's showing up this late. When we first saw the pictures, I honestly assumed he was going to be there from the beginning and be kind of a secondary mentor or like tech person figure like Solon is, but I guess I don't know if it's just this episode. And also, guys, I don't remember, this is episode 8. Is that going to be the mid-season finale, or are we going for episode 9? Part of me is hoping this is the mid-season finale just because I kind of want them to hold off on Gold, at least fully, and it would be kind of interesting to have Mick be the thing that shows up before the mid-season finale and not the Gold Ranger, just because it seems like the 6 Rangers appear so early, and we just got green and black. But, you know, Mick is one of the few things I like about Ninja Steel, so I am looking forward to seeing him, and it would be really cool if we got a little bit of lore tie-in about the morphing grid, a little bit tidbits of information about the Nexus Prism. I don't think they're going to stop and explain it to us with the blackboard, but it would be cool to get a few little throwaway lines that kind of tie up the mythology of the Nexus Prism more. But I don't really want to see any Ninja Steel Rangers appear. Mick, some Ninja Steel mythology, but no Ninja Steel Rangers appearing. So what do you guys think? Are you excited to see Mick in the upcoming episode? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you don't miss my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.